Hey, take a trip around the world for some of the best beer around. Irwin Shires is here, and he's going to talk about craft beer journeys. Last time we met, we were doing a big event in Cleveland that was already sold out.
Right.
But I learned about these crazy trips. You go all over the world, or all over the city, or all over a neighborhood, all kinds of beer trips.
Beer trips, beer journeys, the whole idea is really growing, much in the way that, wine tours and bourbon tours through Kentucky, that sort of thing. We're just taking it to the next level, whereas you take the 1 or 2 day local pub tour, brewery tour, we elevate that to the week to 10 day vacation experience. So you end up in all these wonderful locations.
Let's start tripping.
Okay, so we're starting with a German, first rule of beer tourism, you have to have an opener, do official craft beer journeys opener. This is a Doppelbock, very popular in springtime, of course, around here, stuff like that. But this is brewed in the Rhine Valley of Germany, stuff like Doppelbock.
What does that mean?
Doppelbock, it is basically they're using twice as much malt and in the presentation, stuff like that. It comes out very dark, a little sweeter, similar to like you go to maple festivals and the saps running in the trees and stuff like that, and you get a little sweeter taste to it.
That's what it looks like. I'm turning it a little bit so there you go. Did you hear about our cameraman, Chuck? Chuck, you want to have a taste of this one?
We'll save him some, absolutely. So make sure there's plenty of that in there for him. But we're doing a really fabulous trip next year. It's going to be tied to Munich Oktoberfest. Whoa. We're going to be a couple days at the Munich Oktoberfest, and then we're going to move everybody over to Basel, Switzerland, put them on a river cruise down the Rhine, which will go down to Amsterdam. Whoa. And
that's where they put up the giant tents in Germany. Huh?
Yes, giant tents, huge steins. Those ladies that have incredible
steins.
Yeah, I mean massive. These are liter steins. They're heavy before you put the beer in. Yeah. It's really crazy with how they do them.
These kind of trips?
These trips, they tend to price out around $3,500 to $4,000. It's virtually all inclusive. Airfare is extra because you have to tie the airfare into when the airfare becomes available.
It's still pretty good.
But we cover virtually everything. Places to stay, all ground transfers, most meals. There's a couple times when people want to go off and explore certain towns on their own, stuff like that.
Let's have another drink on that.
So this one, exactly. There's a great story behind this. Obviously, if you look at the can, it's like, okay, so what does Iron Maiden have to do with beer? Well, the lead singer, Bruce Dickinson, was a big fan of the classic English pub style, which also happens to be the style that I grew up to appreciate because my dad's from England. So this is the type of pub ale or best bitter that's served in all the great English pubs.
I'm going there this weekend. Should I look for this?
Absolutely, yeah. This is from Robinson's Brewery, which is in Cheshire. The city of Cheshire, like many of the great small cities of England, Oxford, Bath, totally different style. This is going to be a little smoother, a little more rounded, a little balance of malt and hops, but you get kind of that flowery finish to it.
What kind of alcohol content on this?
This is only about 4.5 to 5.5%.
You could drink a bunch of this, or the other one gets to be a little heavy and a little sweet.
Well, actually, the Doppelbocks aren't that bad. They're 5 to 6. It's the pale ales, and especially the India pale ales, is when you kind of get up into the higher level. But yeah, it's a beautiful color. You get a nice little head on there. Yeah. Especially in English pubs, you get the cask ale style where they pull it literally like they're pumping from a well.
Right out of the basement.
And you get a really thin little head on top, but it's all beer. And they have pint lines. They actually have lines on the top. And if the person serving it doesn't fill the actual liquid of that line, they'll get fired.
They're the same one with liquor in a little tiny cup when they give it to you.
That's exactly right. Well, this one, unfortunately, I'd love to claim that this is my beer, but it's not. It's growler. But I wanted to be able to point out to people that you don't have to necessarily go to England and Germany to enjoy really good beer. This is made by a couple of wonderful guys in Elyria called Franklin Brewing. Shout out to Mark and Aaron and the gang over there.
Hey guys.
These guys literally are brewing this out, and they fill this one out. So I'm going to pour this one very carefully. They literally brew this out of their garage behind their house, and they are only
it's like bathtub gin.
It's bathtub beer at its best. This is similar to the Robinsons. That's a similar style called a best bitter. But again, nothing bitter about it, as you're finding out. Bittering is a style of brewing, much like lagering is.
This is good.
But isn't that great? Very fresh, very tasty. And again, that good balance of malt and hop.
5 seconds to mention it. What part does the head play in the beer? And the
Releasing the gas so that there's not too much of it in the beer. So that way the beer itself is very smooth.
Great.
And that's what you want.
Craft beer journeys, there it is on the screen. And we're not talking about just going to Munich or just going to Switzerland. We're talking about going in the neighborhood, going to a couple places here in Cleveland. Yep. As small as you like or as large as you want to go. Or
regions within the U.S. right here in town. Yep, absolutely.
Good guy, man. Thank you for that.